All right, so this is a video to teach my friend Amy and anyone else who wants to know how to cook dosa and or crepes. You can apply it to either thing, really. Um, it is very helpful to have this pan, which is a cast iron griddle pan. And it has no ridges. It's not that kind of griddle pan. But it's made by Lodge, this one, and it cost $20 or less. I have been heating it up because cast iron takes a little while to heat. I have been heating it up for about 15 minutes. So the whole thing is nice and warm, and it's got a little bit of oil on it. I might put a little bit more in the middle. I'm gonna put some ghee in there because I'm making dosa, which is Indian, and so I'm using a Indian sort of grease. I am not Indian. I did not grow up with an Indian grandma making dosa, so I am willing to be schooled by anyone, anytime, who knows more about this than me. But I made dosa batter, which is fermented, and fermented stuff is fun. You should try it sometime. For me, the key to making any crepe or dosa is you got to be ready to pick up your pan and swirl it around when you pour your batter. And your batter has to be pourable. Now, with dosa, you want a bubbly, lacy kind of outcome. Less so with most crepes. So this is going to look different than a crepe in that it will have more holes in it. But usually the first time goes really poorly. It's possible I have too much oil on here, and this will make it not cling where it needs to, and it'll be a mess. But we'll see, and I'm going to try it. So watch this. All right. My goal is to sort of uniformly cover the bottom of the pan. And I have it on about like medium heat. To me, it looks a little thick, but we'll see. It's got nice bubbles. And I'm going to leave it like this for a couple minutes until it gets nice and crispy on the other side. Okay, it's been a couple minutes. You can see it's starting to look thinner, and you can see around the edges it's super thin. I am going to see if I can lift it up yet and flip it over. I have this awesome spatula that looks really dirty. I'm going to loosen it all the way around, and then I'm going to take it in my asbestos fingers and flip it over. And you can see it's a little bit got dark spots. It's good. It was if you do it too soon, it'll fall apart. When you try to pick it up, it won't stay together. So I'm gonna let this cook for another minute, and I am gonna run and grab a plate because I have a family of 3 here, and I'm gonna make 3 of them. And before I stuff them. I think it's been about a minute since I flipped it over. Look, there's a little, I see, okay, I don't know if you can see this. Can you get real close? See how that looks kind of gooey? I think that's not quite done. I think I need to go another minute before I try to flip it over again. Though over here you can see that it's getting kind of crunchy. See that? It's it's dry over on this side. It's probably because my pan is not centered over the heat. I'm gonna take it off. So, see how it's pretty sturdy and dry. I can put some masala dosa in there and it'll be awesome. Or whatever you call that, masala filling. I am going to stir my dosa batter again. And this is dosa batter that I made, and I added some water to it to make sure it will pour. Here we go again. I don't know if you noticed, but I did not put more oil on in between those two. Usually I find I can do a couple without adding oil. So one way to know when it's time to that you can turn it over is if you look around the edges, it starts to look dry and curl up and pull away from the edges a little bit. I gotta say, I love making crepes. Most people like eating them. A dosa is a sort of crepe, but also you can make buckwheat crepes and stuff them with asparagus and ham and Gruyere cheese. I bought all of those things at the co-op today. And you can also make cheese blintzes, another great reason to make crepes. And it seems intimidating at first, but it turns out making crepes is not that hard at all. If I can do it, you can do it. I think that's too soft still. And I have this on about a medium heat. I think I said that. I don't know what that, everybody's stove is different. And if you have an electric stove, God bless you. Best of luck. All right, this one is ready. Now I'm going to do another. I think I need to add a little more ghee. It's looking pretty dry. And you don't have to cover the whole thing. I don't want to have to show you what happens if you put too much oil on. Hopefully I didn't do it now. It's good to stir up your crepe batter or dosa batter in between or before you start, because everything all the solids tend to settle to the bottom. And if you just pour it, you'll just have liquid on top. All right, here we go again. Oh, this looks like a mess. I may not have enough stuff in here. There we go. This one will probably be extra good because it's got all the fat. Listen to it. It's got to be good. So that's kind of it. I think you probably get it. And then you can fill them however you want. Good luck.